Hello there, my friends. Vitaly Dobin is here, and welcome to another episode of today's In Crypto Show. Today, we'll be talking about one cryptocurrency that I believe can be as lucrative as buying Ethereum back in the days when Ethereum was just under $80. So, we're also going to look at the price of Bitcoin. It looks very healthy, and discuss what are some of the fundamentals and why Katie Wood believes that the price of Bitcoin in just the next 7 years could reach as high as $1.48 million, as long as some other cool news. So let's begin, guys. We're seeing the Bitcoin price has been skyrocketing lately, and we did broke a very significant trend line that started this bear market right here in November 2021. So you can see right here that back in the beginning of February, we actually passed through it, and we retested it as support. We did go a little bit lower, actually, at 21,600, and then skyrocketed right above it. So right now we are looking very good for the Bitcoin price, and many people are saying that we have a very increased possibilities that in the next couple of months of Bitcoin reaching the price of 30 to even higher than that, $35,000. So that will be pretty phenomenal. And we can already start talking about the beginning of the bull run market. Now, of course, this year is not going to be like the peak of this bull run market. We have the halving event happened in 2024. So remember that. 2024 Bitcoin price always kind of rise before the halving event and then continues to rally up throughout 2024, 2025. That is my expectation, and what we've been observing in the last 4 market cycles for Bitcoin. We did move past the 200 days moving average right here for the Bitcoin price, as it outlines by this blue line. So things are looking pretty good, and we can see right here, according to this article published today, the Bitcoin begins bull market is 8 key indicators all just turned green for the first time since early 2021. We're talking about the Bitcoin above its 200-day moving average. We're talking about new address and fee revenue momentum that are positive, and we're seeing market profitability is returning. There is a lot of indicators that are saying basically that we are off to the races, that we are actually beginning of the phases of the bull market. And if you see right here, Katie Wood from the ARK Investment Management, they basically predict that Bitcoin will rebound from its present lows and reach a price of $1.48 million by 2030. This bullish scenario would see Bitcoin's value rise by more than 6,300% in just 7 years. So imagine how big the crypto ecosystem would be if the Bitcoin price is going to be above $1 million. And this is the future that I can definitely see. It might play out in the future if everything is going to be tokenized. Every business, every restaurant, every hotel, every kind of business that we see offline is going to be tokenized, is going to be on the blockchain and connected to the global crypto ecosystem. And Bitcoin will be the granddaddy of it all. So that's quite interesting, and something that really gives us that the renewed commitment that you can go all in the crypto market, as we expect the next few years are going to be green years. New record Bitcoin hash rate is reaching this quite high numbers, the highest ever, which means that Bitcoin network is stronger than ever before. Okay, now one cryptocurrency that I want to point out that might be something you want to look at potentially here is Solana. And Solana has been nose diving from $240 all the way to $10 following the involvement of Sam Bankman-Fried and the collapse of the FTX, and how highly involved the FTX exchange was in Solana. However, we need to take a look with the fresh eyes about Solana and its potential, because According to the new report by Electric Capital showing Solana is the fastest growing developer ecosystem, surpassing 2,000 total developers in 2022. It's second in raw numbers only to Ethereum. And the total number of developers on Solana grew 83% from December 2022, a year earlier, the fastest rate of growth from any major chain. The total number of developers on Solana grown more than 10 times since 2018, and it's becoming easier to build on Solana than ever before. Developer interest spikes around hackathons, new courses, and other developer-friendly IRL events. So there's a lot to look forward to when we are talking about Solana and its ecosystem, guys. So it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool to see, and you can see that according to Austin Federa, is essentially was talking to Bloomberg back in January about how basically Solana is recovering from the involvement of FTX and is rebuilding, and there's more developers than ever before, more proof of stake and nodes than ever before on the Solana ecosystem. So this is something that you might want to look out for when we're discussing Solana. Okay, what else is interesting to note is that we have a situation where we have a report done by no other than guess who? The New York Federal Reserve Bank. Federal Reserve Bank of New York issued a report in February called the Bitcoin Macro Disconnect. Think about that. Investigating link between Bitcoin and macroeconomic fundamentals, basically stating that Bitcoin starts to decouple from the general macroeconomic fundamentals. So that's quite interesting to read if you are like very technical into this, but this is the Bank of Federal Reserve of New York. Now, we also have seen a complaint by SEC, issued against the Terraform Labs and Do Kwon and the Terra Luna collapse, remember, in May 2021. Since then, Do Kwon has been on the runs. Nobody knows exactly where he is right now. But according to the statements, basically, he has transferred about $100 million to Swiss bank account with 10,000 bitcoins, 10,000 bitcoins to the Swiss bank account. So they're looking for that funds, looking for that money. And also, isn't it interesting that the SEC is coming after the crypto projects after they already collapsed and done the damage, and not before that, as they're supposed to protect investors and not kind of show up late after the party. We also see trader makes $100,000 in seconds front running tokens listed on Binance. So it's quite interesting that there's people that are trying to exploit the ecosystem, before something launches, to buy it before it kind of launched on the market, and then dumping their tokens. Like in this case, it was Gains Network tokens just 30 minutes after it launched on the exchange for 100,000. It's like a 50% basically profit. It's something that is quite popular on practice in the crypto environment. Now we see the new CEO of Polygon Labs is saying the next Jeff Bezos is going to come from Web3, and I truly believe that. That there's going to be a huge, giant entrepreneur, multi-billionaire that is going to come out is this Web3 and create something that everyone is going to be using every day of our lives. Quite possibly that this is going to be the case. Now, I have done a lot of trainings on Ultron Swap and ULXCon. So I want to give you an update. There's going to be a big event happening with a big vision um, shared in March 11 and March 12 in Dubai event. So if you happen to be here, you'll be able to maybe snatch some of the tickets. They're very, very limited to this event. The price is trading around 7.4 cents right now. And we're expecting some great news about projects that are building on top of Ultron layer one blockchain. So we're going to be looking out for that. I'll share with you more information around March. And you can watch my training on Ultron Swap, DEX, and how to do yield farming and produce those juicy 83% APR, for example, on Ultron Swap. And the other parts, like how to do staking on ulxcon.com, that gives a juicy about 4% per month right now rewards, which is quite phenomenal. Also, Polygon, I like Polygon. It has 46 million addresses in 6 months, outperforms wider crypto market. It's really awesome to see Polygon now about $1.5. And also, I want to point out here, guys, about Ordinals launches NFTs on Bitcoin. This is like crazy. And some guy somehow recorded like a fart, an audio wet fart, and sold it for $280,000 reportedly for 12 something Bitcoin. And this is like on the blockchain, on the Bitcoin blockchain. This is like NFTs on the Bitcoin blockchain, something you might want to explore, digital assets on the Bitcoin ecosystem. So that's it for me today. I hope you have a fantastic day, fantastic Sunday, and I will see you in the next episode of Today in Crypto Show.